Far in the east, surrounded by endless ocean and mysterious islands, a nation was slowly rising, a land filled with silence, beauty, and stories yet to be told. For centuries, the people of Japan lived in harmony with nature. They respected the mountains, listened to the wind, and followed the rhythm of the seasons. Life was simple, peaceful, almost untouched by the outside world. Farmers worked long days in the rice fields, building a life with their own hands. Children ran through villages, laughing freely, unaware that their world would one day change forever. Hidden deep within the mountains, ancient temples stood quietly. They were not just buildings. They were symbols of spirit, belief, and something greater than human life itself. At the center of it all stood the emperor, a symbol of unity, yet not always the one holding real power. Because behind the silence, a new force was rising. The samurai. They were not just warriors. They were men of discipline, loyalty, and honor. Their lives were shaped by a strict code, where failure was worse than death. From a young age, they trained endlessly, perfecting every movement, sharpening both body and mind. For them, battle was not chaos. It was art. When two samurai faced each other, it was more than a fight. It was a test of skill, focus, and spirit. Swords clashed, time slowed, and in a single moment, everything could end. Many warriors fell in these battles, but their legacy lived on, because in this land, honor was everything.
Check your gear.
Then something unexpected happened.
Go.
Japan made a decision that would shock the world. It closed itself off completely. No one could enter. No one could leave. For over 200 years, Japan lived in isolation, and said life continued. Culture grew deeper. Traditions became stronger. Art, philosophy, and discipline evolved into something truly unique. But beyond the shores of Japan, the world was changing. Empires were rising. Technology was advancing. And time was moving forward fast. Then, one day, everything changed. On the horizon, dark ships appeared. They were massive, unfamiliar, and impossible to ignore. These ships did not come as friends. They came with power. Foreign forces had arrived. The people of Japan watched in shock, in fear, in silence. They had no choice. The doors of Japan were forced open, and with that, a new era began. The old world and the new world collided. Change came quickly. Factories were built. Machines roared to life. Cities began to grow. In just a few decades, Japan transformed into a modern nation, stronger, faster, more powerful than ever before. But power came with a cost. A new storm was forming. War. The military expanded Rapidly, weapons were produced in massive numbers. The air itself felt heavy, as if something terrible was about to happen. Soldiers marched forward, prepared to fight, prepared to die. And then it began. The war spread across nations. Planes filled the sky. Their shadows moved across cities
We cannot
below.
delay. The opposition is gaining ground.
People
But
looked
moving too
up,
fast could backfire. We need
unsure
more
of what
data.
was coming
The
next.
risks are too high
At
now.
first,
This could cost us everything. or we
everything
lose.
seemed normal. The streets were still, the world was quiet, but it was only the calm before the storm. And then, in a single moment, everything changed. A blinding light filled the sky, brighter than anything ever seen before. Then came the explosion, a force so powerful it erased everything in its path. Buildings vanished, lives disappeared, and an entire city was turned into silence. Then it happened again. The world watched in horror. This became one of the darkest moments in human
The
history.
advance must begin at dawn.
The tragedy
Element of surprise is critical.
of the
Understood.
Hiroshima
Supply
and
lines are vulnerable.
Nagasaki atomic
Flight support
bombings,
support.
it
Neutralize
felt
locked.
like the end, like nothing could ever recover from this. But they were wrong. Because the story of Japan
fire!
was not
Taking
over.
cover! Come,
From the ashes,
now!
people
Move in
began
the
to
flank!
rise, slowly, painfully, but with determination. They rebuilt their homes, they rebuilt their cities, they
What
rebuilt
is that up there?
their lives.
It looks like it's moving closer.
Hope
This isn't natural. We need to go.
returned, step by step.
Look, it's getting brighter.
Years passed, and once again, Japan began to grow. Stronger than before, smarter than before, unstoppable. Technology advanced, innovation led the way, and the same nation that once faced destruction became one of the most powerful countries in the world. Today, Japan stands as a symbol of resilience, a symbol of strength, a symbol that no matter how hard you fall, you can rise again, even stronger than before, smarter than before, unstoppable.
The fog is lifting.
Technology
I see light
advanced,
ahead.
You're right.
innovation led the way,
Keep moving.
and the same nation
All right,
that
team, let's get this
once
street
faced
cleared. We need a solid
destruction
foundation.
Understood. I'll start on the drainage
became
trench
one
here.
of the
Got it.
most
Beams for the new
powerful
house frame are ready.
countries in the
Great
world.
work. Let's keep the momentum going.
Today, Japan stands as a symbol of resilience, a symbol of strength, a symbol that no matter how hard you fall, you can rise again, even stronger than before.